Let the thoughts come and go. Your entire attention to be on the breath. The breath happening on its own without any effort. Whenever you are ready, gently, slowly, there's no hurry. Bring your awareness to the body consciousness. Feel your entire body now. Whenever you're ready, gently release your hands. Place them on your eyes gently for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly, with a beautiful smile on your face, slowly open your eyes. Let us continue for some more time, masters. I'm waiting for the speaker. Thought he's there. A few minutes. Couple of more minutes, my dear friends. Let us wait for the speaker. Let me just go on mute and call the speaker. Let us be mindful for a couple of more minutes. Let us be mindful of our breath while we are waiting. Be mindful of our body. Let us utilize a few more minutes. Last 1 minute. Okay. Good morning, friends. Can you hear me? Yeah. A very good morning to all of you. Once again, welcome for this Wisdom Sunday session every Sunday. Having a new master with a different topic, and we are open to take the wisdom. We are very receptive. So today we have, like previous weeks, we have another special guest, Aditya Datta, a relationship coach. He has done phenomenal work in relationships and intimacy area, which is like very sensitive subject, isn't it? Many of us, we don't want to address the underlying issues which are related to physical relationship issues. We cover them with a mask called positive thinking, spirituality. Most of the people, I mean, some of you must be, enlightened and you know what you are. But I'm talking about in general, how it happens. Just a minute, I see. Yeah. So if you notice the things that we suppress during the daytime, we see in the dreams, because when we are sleeping, our conscious mind is not there. Our true self is talking then, it takes the precedence, and it shows our, reality. We have to face the reality in dreams sometimes, So for example, I feel like eating, something, and I suppress myself, I control myself, and in the name of whatever, dieting or religion, whatever it is. And in the dreams, we eat that because we suppressed. And so the today's session, it is going to be on that, the sensitive areas and everything, and the shadow work. So the shadows that we suppress, we don't address, right? So that is the session about today's session. So no matter whatever the age we are at, it is still applicable. Don't think that it is not suitable for me, right? So as usual, we always open to receive every wisdom, any wisdom from all the masters. And every master here on this platform, they are here for a reason. They are here to teach us something, and we are ready to take, right? So please be attentive. So Aditya, are you there? Yeah, you are there. Just a minute. Yeah. So thank you for joining, and platform is all yours.
Thank you so much, Raviji, and the wonderful work you are doing, and PSSM UK. Great work to spread wisdom and especially meditation. Amazing. Thank you so much for having me here today. And I see so many friends. Shalmanji, Padmaji is here, Arunji, I can see, Swatiji, Jaswinderji, Vinodji. Wonderful. Many people are here to learn about and share about shadow work. So um, shadow is like, I'll give you a quick example. What I did is, when I logged in to Zoom, I put a different name to me, and Raviji was asking, "Where are you, Aditya? I can't see you." I'm hiding, actually. I named myself accidentally something else I wrote, and he's not able to find me. So I was invisible. Suddenly, I realized when I joined the session, oh, I have a different name. And I had to change my name to Aditya, and then Raviji could identify me. So, in our being, like that, we are, there is something hiding, even when we see it, we don't recognize. Camouflage, the army people, they wear these kind of dresses to camouflage them, while they are in a war, they want to hide. So we camouflage, when they wear those kind of dresses where it's all green and black, they can hide at the back of a bush or a tree. So that mechanism is also there in us. That is something interesting we are going to talk about today. So shadow work, many people, when they hear, they say, oh, is it evil? What is it? Oh, shadow, is it something dark? First of all, please understand, nothing evil, nothing to worry about, not like something bad shadow is, right? So first we clear that from our mind, because I am already sure that we are all meditators here. Many senior people are also here, and people who would be listening to this later on also. When we meditate, we know there is a deeper self, and we are open to everything. As Raviji was saying, we are open to every wisdom, and shadow work is so important, something so deep, and we all need to know about it. Yeah, so we will have some sharing at the end, question answers at the end. You can write any questions, or if you have sharing about shadow that you want to share, we can have it in the end. And I will start with this, my understanding of how I discovered my shadow. So Raviji, my voice is clear, everybody can hear me all right? It's good.
Yeah, it's loud and clear. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So how we look at shadow is like, when we are walking under the sun, there is a shadow that is casted. We all know that, right? How many of us really take care of that? We don't. A shadow is there, it's there. We are all used to it, we don't see it. Just like that, in our personality, in our being, there are parts that is like that. It's there. We are so used to it, we don't look at it. So it's there. Why to look at it? Yeah. So this shadow, the term was coined by this great psychologist Carl Jung. He gave the name shadow, and he said that whatever that we don't identify with, whatever we say, oh, this is not me, we want to reject from that, that is the shadow. So I'll make it more simple. Let's take some examples. Let's say I would like all of you to imagine, somebody who really drives you crazy in your life. Someone, whenever this person is there, you lose control. You have like a temper, you lose your balance. Is there someone like that in your life? Somebody or the other is there, right? And even if a little, yeah, that person is actually reflecting the shadow in us. Or let me take another, even a positive example. Let's say someone you really admire, you get really attracted to. Like there is a magnetism about that person. Like some of our mentor, we say Patriji, yeah. Whenever we see him, wow, something attracts, magnetism, like, wow, what a wisdom, what a master. Even my mentor, Dr. Newton, oh, some always, we want to go talk to him, handshake, take a hug, attractive, something attracts. That's again one part of the shadow, because we think, oh, that magnetism is not in me, it's there. Yeah, it is somewhere else. Right? So, first of all, friends, shadow, as I said, is not only the evil thing. It can be a negative, it can be a positive shadow also. It can be both, right? So it can be that attraction that we have, or that rejection. So in our personality, like, for example, let's say I'm Aditya. When I'm talking about my personality, it's not like, we are just one person. In the persona, there are small sub personalities. Like, for example, oh, that person can be smart, spiritual, athletic. Some of the characters this person want to show to the world. Yeah, it projects outside. We call it the primary personalities. I'm giving some psychological terms here, but not very complicated. So something that a person wants to project outside, something the person is aware, right? So these are the primary personality. And then there are parts in us we don't want to show. Sometimes we're not conscious about them also. It's we don't know if they exist, so we push them back. What it can be? So the very common thing, I'll talk a very common thing. What is it? Anger. Something like an anger. Now, like some spiritual people, they will say, oh, I'm spiritual, I'm a healer, I'm a therapist, I can't have anger. How can you show anger when you are spiritual, you are meditative? How can you have anger? So what these person do, they put the anger at the back, they push it back. They have like this good image, in front of others, like a nice image they want to project. But this anger, which is sitting at the back, because it's pushed, because it's not accepted, because it's not respected, it's like a volcano. It's like a volcano. You're sitting on that, and you will see those kind of person. Sometimes you really meet, oh, such a lovely person, such a nice personality, but you keep looking at that person for some time, suddenly something happen, and this person turns into like a villain. He starts shouting and screaming, oh my god, what happened to him, what happened to her? I knew him as such a nice person, suddenly what happened? That is the other side of this person, the other hidden side of this person, friends. Right? So to understand this part, first I want to say that you need to create an environment inside yourself to do this work. So that what kind of environment? First, we need to have a lot of compassion for ourselves to understand this. Compassion for others. Only then we can discover and work with this part. I will be talking about shadow integration today first. That is important. Knowing what I'm talking, maybe you'll say, oh yeah, I know that, what Aditya is saying, I am aware of it. But how do I work with these two things that are opposites? So opposite. How do I be with these two opposites? So difficult, right? How can you just love a person and hate that person at the same time? How do I be with these polarities? But if I ask any husband and wife when they are talking to me, because I'm a therapist, I do work with people, the therapeutic work, and they will secretly tell me, and I wish that sometimes I get so angry with him, I get so really angry with her. They express that anger, they can't do it in front. That's That is that part which is disowned. And with spiritual people, we keep ourselves in a label. Even 2-3 days back, I was working with some person, and I said, you can express the anger that you have. It's all right to express. So this person said, oh, Aditya, I'm so scared. If I express, will it not be like a karma for me? What will happen? I'll get bad karma if I express. I have to be good because I'm spiritual. I'm doing meditation. I'm doing spiritual. I have to be spiritual. So friends, the right wisdom is required. That is not the definition of spirituality. Being good is not the definition of spirituality, right? We are here to discover who we really are. How can we cut off anger, cut off jealousy, cut off hatred, irritation, which are there in our experience, and become spiritual? That is not being spiritual. That is not spiritual. You can keep it aside. That's not also being human. Human experience does have all the flavor. It is there in us. Even Buddha had anger, irritation, everything. What he said is, after I could realize myself, I could rise above that. Now, I am not a Buddha yet. What happened to the so-to-be Buddhas? So-to-be Buddhas, what happens to them? How do they handle these darker shades? First, friends, is to acknowledge this part. Yes, I am something I want to project outside. There are my primary personalities, but yes, something I am also pushing back. Now, as I said, always it may not be the bad parts. Anger, I was just taking one example. It can be your innocence. Innocence is something lost in this world, because we are all scared to show our innocence, our vulnerability to people, because we think people will take advantage of us. Where is the innocence gone? It is, we pushed it back. So how is this shadow created? How it gets created? So to understand in a very easy way, where we all know, when we are little children, we were not allowed to express certain things. We are not allowed to make mistakes, for example. Oh, you are a boy. How can you cry like that? You're crying like a girl. So what happens to the sensitiveness of that boy? That boy is really sensitive. What happens? Oh, you can't be, only girls can cry. Only what the boy thinks is, oh, I have to be like this stuff. What this boy does, he suppresses this sensitive part of himself. And he grows to be like, I was watching this movie Pushpa, very strong and macho, and what we see in the movie, we want to become that very macho, this masculine self. And that lighter, that softer part is suppressed. And what happens later, we all know the story. That's how movies are formed. Yeah. Later, this boy becomes a man, and he has lost that part in himself because he has suppressed the sensitivity. He gets attracted to that woman who has that sensitivity now. What is happening? That is the shadow of him, right? So most of the relationship, because I work with relationship, and I love working with it, because I suffered a lot with this. I think 80%, 90% people have problems with relationship. They suffer because our relationships are, based on these blocks, are shadows. It's really not coming from that authentic, deeper love in us. Most of us are trying to fill our cup where it's empty, right? So this boy who has lost his sensitive part because he has to suppress it, he can't show his sensitivity. He now has to be tough to be in the world. Is keeping on searching. oh, where will I find that sensitivity? Where will I find that love? And he thinks, he feels that this person is going to come and fill my cup. But where is he going to find that? He's going to find that in himself. So what is the other way this relationship can happen? That he discovers that, yes, that sensitivity is also there in me. Also, there is a feminine part in me. And then when he finds a completeness inside him, he acknowledges his completeness. Out of that completeness, he attracts another woman who is also complete. And then there is a beautiful celebration, right? So we know, two kinds of relationship. One is coming from the lack. We want to be coming from the lack, and one is coming from fullness. Yeah. So friends, shadows are these part, and as I talk about it, it becomes, as I said, it becomes very hard for us to accept these parts if we don't have compassion for ourselves. Only people who have a lot of compassion for themselves and others, they can do this work. And you know why you want to do this work? Now people say, why do you think you want to do this work? You want to do this because you want to free yourself. You want to have complete freedom. We are all looking for freedom. You will have complete love for yourself and others. And you know what? You will have no external forces to control you. Nothing can control you. Because you are holding those parts. So who is the wise person? The wise person is not a person who knows all his or her strengths. The wise person first is aware of all the shadow of himself or herself. So it's called pulling back your projections. Whatever we are projecting. So there are two parts of it, friends. One, there's shadow, which I've been talking about. And second is shadow projection. Shadow projection is that I was giving the example of this boy, right? So what is the shadow for the boy? The sensitive part is the shadow for the boy. What is the projection? Projection is he projects it now to the partner. The partner has it. Likewise, it's not only the partner. Sometimes we project. Some people are, I am I'm an activist, or I am like I do something for the society. So I'm helping, and this person comes and asks help from others, and they say, oh, I don't have time. I can't do all that work. You go and do all the seva. I don't have time. This person feels so hurt. How can people be so irresponsible like that? See, I am doing, I can't say like that. I am working day and night to do good for the society. How can this person say like that? This person who is saying is a shadow of this other person who is working. That's the reason this helper, this activist, is meeting this other person. I'll give you another example. I think we have all had it when we are in the college and school. Some person are so studious, they are studying, and you'll see some other, lazy guys, they are resting, relaxing. And these studious people, they in the mind, they're, how can they be so relaxed? Actually, they are angry. Why are they relaxing so much? And I am putting so much effort. We always face our shadows, friends. The studious person, if they look deeper within, they will see there is a polarity of, putting so much effort and putting no effort. There is a polarity there. It's just that they don't accept it. So what happens when we accept this polarity? if we are able to be with these two things, that yes, I am like a studious person, and there is also a lazy part in me. So I'm allowing myself, it's kind of like a wave. We don't want to, we are so identified. I'm studious. I'm a meditator. Yeah. We are holding it so tight that there is a non-meditator also in us. Enlightened. So there's an unenlightened person also. True enlightenment, the person can't say I'm enlightened. But many of us have we want to stay as an enlightened person. Oh, I want to be like an enlightened person. And immediately we face people who are non-enlightened, because this polarity will bring across this other state of us. I'm a successful person. I'm a successful person. I cannot be a failure. So I did a session a few years back, I think 5 years back. I was working with one person. He's a CEO of a company. And he says, Aditya, I'm under too much stress. And of course, what he told me, he's 40 years of his age now, 40 years to be a company CEO. He really had to work a lot, right? So there are many reasons for him to be stressed, so much stressed, right? So he said, I need some help. So I was working with him. When I took him into his subconscious mind to go to the root of this stress, what he saw is he's falling from a cliff. He's falling from a mountain. There's a deep fear that I'll fall. What is that stress? That is the stress he has, friends. That he has reached to a position, but that to sustain that position, there is a fear that is acting. That's a polarity that is acting. That now I have to sustain being here. I have to be here. I have to be here. Because there is a fear of falling. So in this conversation, I will be going a little deeper now, to our understanding. What is this falling? Because when we read Carl Jung, he talks about childhood, the shadow that we have, that we are not acknowledging in other self, in ourselves, right? But when we are meditators, now we will start finding aspect that, okay, this situation didn't happen in my life, but still why it's coming? Where is it coming from? So friends, I'll be giving you small exercises. It's good to do exercises. Everybody with me here? Up till here, everybody with me? Is it okay? Is it we can understand these concepts, or is it like too complicated, boring? How is it? Okay.
I see. People are, everyone is. Yeah, it is.
We have, everybody is good. Everybody with me. Okay.
You can see the thumbs ups. Yeah.
Yes. Good to see some interaction sometimes. Good for me that, we are all together. Okay. So a very simple exercise that to find our personal shadow is, we'll do something very simple. Okay. You list some of your qualities, like 5 qualities of yourself. I don't know, wherever you are, if you can get a pen and a paper, or if you're in your phone, you can type it, or laptop. Just type 5 qualities. Now, it can be something positive or negative about yourself. So just write 5 things quickly, like 1 minute I'll give. Just 5 positive or negative qualities that you see in yourself. So, the good can be like being compassionate, generous, loving, funny. Negative could be, anger, some fear, Yeah. So if you're done, give me a thumbs up. Yes, somebody is typing here. That's also very good. In the chat also, we can have some interaction. So I see helpful, compassionate, homely, generous, irritation. Great. Wonderful. Jaswinder ji has written. Yeah, some more chats, like 2-3 examples, please, friends. And then we are going to work with it. Quickly, we will have some way around to work with this. Yeah. Okay, we got another one. Compassionate, fearful, funny, generous, activist. Great. Just one more example. Okay, creative, innovative. Yes. 3 more, Deepak ji, you need 3 more. 5. Okay, great. Now, whoever has now written the 5, I want you to make another list where you are just writing the opposite of what you have written. Write the opposite. Yeah, just what is the opposite? Like I see helpful, compassionate. So helpful, what could be the opposite of that? Could be selfish. Yeah, compassionate. Yes. Salija ji is writing helpful, angry, insecure, give up, motivation. Right. Now just write the opposite of it. Maybe you don't need to share it. Just write the opposite of it. Now, in a very easy nutshell, whatever now you are writing as an opposite, that is your shadow. Okay. So a person who feels he or she is a failure, there is a success also. There is a successful self also hiding in your subconscious. Right? Yes. So many chats are coming. Selfish, angry, irritated, fearful, dishonest. Yes. Right? So just the opposite of what we have written, what we recognize. And now when we make a category of writing what we are not, we think what we are not is our shadow. So anything that we suppress in our childhood, anything that we have not allowed ourselves to get into an experience, yeah, that suppression goes into our background and that becomes a shadow. So you will, I will give you one example here. What is, why we are interested in shadow work, why we want to integrate? See, sometimes I'll give you an example. A very ill person, he goes to a doctor. You know how the doctor cures the patient? It's like a secret. Actually, it's the main secret. We say there are good doctors, right? Okay, give the same medicine. There are many doctors who give the same medicine, but there are good doctors. He makes the patient understand about the other side of the illness. Please hear that again. He makes the patient understand the other side of the illness. And he gives evidences for him to prove that illness is not there in you. So if there is an illness, there is a cure also in your subconscious that exists. We can't deny that. Why the illness is so strong? Because we have convinced our mind that, oh, it is there, it is there, it is there. The cancer is there, the diabetes is there. Like some japam we are doing, diabetes, 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 diabetes. And you know, the conscious mind gets that. The opposite is also there. There's no diabetes also in this. And the good doctor knows that. He convinces the patient. He gives all the evidence that, see, the conversation we had What we are saying, the illness does not exist in your psyche. Yeah. So this is how knowing the shadow helps us. What is the other way? How other way it can help us? Oh, I am so angry with my husband because he is so, he doesn't gives me time. He's not bothered about me. But if the wife, she is a real learner, she will look into her psyche and she'll find, oh, I also have these characteristics. I also don't give time to my children. I also didn't give time to my parents. Don't you have those parts in you? Now, let us go. Yes, affirmation does help, Kinnariji. Thank you for that. Affirmations does helps, but I will tell you something more. If the affirmations are from the intellectual mind, you are just doing it for the sake of doing. It's not really sinking deep, so the affirmations won't work. And I'm coming to that. Now, let us go a little deeper in understanding these shadows. Now, these are small things, angry, not getting angry, or whatever. But sometimes in our life, we face people and we say, how this person can be like that? For example, you are looking at a terrorist. You are a spiritual person and you are meeting a terrorist, and how can you accept that person? You will say, no, I have not been a terrorist in my childhood, or I don't have that part in me. And we judge that person, we hate that person. That what is happening? The presence of that person is making us ill. We are not in peace with ourselves. We are not in peace in our own. So this is where we can go deeper. And if you want to believe in that there are consequences in our past life, there are karma, which brings certain shadows in front of us for our learning. This is something we need to face in this life. For example, this very critical person is there in my life, making the hell out of my life. Why did I attract this? I'm a spiritual person. I'm doing good to everyone. Only good work I did no harm in this life. Why am I facing this situation? Why am I fighting a case for the last 10 years? Why am I stuck in this case? Baba, I didn't do any harm to anyone. Why am I stuck in this case? Yeah. So these shadows are coming from maybe your past lives, karma, and you need to look into it, because this is why I'm saying now we are going deeper, because you are looking at the big picture like a consciousness, understanding that nothing that exists we can reject. Whatever we are rejecting, we are building a bond with it. We are already bonded because you are rejecting. There is a resistance there. Yeah. So not only inner child or our childhood friends, we can carry these shadows from our past lives, and it becomes so overwhelming when we come across these kind of situations. It may be a situation also. Sometimes it doesn't have to be like a person, a situation. Why did this situation come into my life? Yeah, now Kinnariji is saying maybe soul plan. When we face certain kind of situation, it part of our learning, right? Soul plan, yeah. But how the soul plan is coming? Because there is a polarity of it. Yeah. We all know the story. I love this story. There are two houses which are opposite. One is the house of a pandit, pujari. He's a wise person. And one is the house of this prostitute. They have the house opposites, right? And the prostitute is thinking, oh, what karma I have done, Baba. This life I have to earn with such a profession. How this Pandit is, he's doing puja, he takes morning bath, he chants. So much of wise discussions are there at his home. Her mind is in the pujari's house all the time. And guess what has happened to the pujari? He says, oh, this life I have born like a pujari, but so interesting things are happening in the prostitute's place. What is happening there? He is so curious. He is doing the puja, but his mind is there. So when they die, both of them die. It says the prostitute, it's just like a story. She's taken into heaven and this guy goes into hell. Why? Because the shadow is not accepted in them. The prostitute might be doing something which is against her heart in this life, but her shadow is so pure, is so divine. She's always chanting like a mantra. Even she doesn't know, but there's a divinity in her. That is the shadow for the prostitute. And the shadow for the Pandit is, though he's divine and all, but he has not addressed his shadow. He's rejecting that part of it. He says, how can I be that? But inside ourselves, we can't lie to ourselves. Only we know. Only we can know our shadow. That is something given to us by the Almighty. Nobody else can see that for us. Even if people see, we don't acknowledge it sometimes. We don't want to take it. Some people, they actually show, if you are ready to show, because some great philosophers, I think, what's his name? I'm forgetting. His wife used to pour boiling water on his head. Raviji, are you aware of his name? You know the name? I think Socrates. Socrates, yeah. Right? Boiling water on his head, and he used to say that my wife is the great teacher. Yeah, because he embraced his shadow. Socrates embraced his shadow. He saw that why I attract this wife. There is something there. So friends, past lives, sometimes from our family tree, we are carrying this unconsciously, like you will see for generations, there is this like lack of finance is happening from generation, or there is a particular health problem that is running in that generation, like diabetes. We say it's genetic. It's not genetic, it's family. And subconsciously we are storing that shadow, that unhealed part of it, unhealed, unaddressed part of ourselves. Yeah, so right, I will talk about accepting the shadow. Yeah, it's so friends, I will come to the acceptance part, but before that, understand that when we are tapping into our shadow, it is also we are tapping into the untapped potential inside us. Behind every shadow, there is untapped potential, be it negative or positive. So in a way, you are bringing potential to yourself. You're bringing more creativity to yourself. You are expanding your vessel. You are expanding your awareness. You're expanding your wisdom. Yeah. And you are, I don't like to use the word control, but I like to use that you are more free. Right? So what is the way to integrate these shadows? Now we'll do like a short process, like 5 minutes. Right? How do we integrate these two parts, which are so opposite. How do we do that? So I'll show you by a small meditation. Yeah, everybody in for a small meditation, small process? Yes. Can I have some thumbs ups? Yes, no, boring, not interesting? Yes. Okay, I'm getting some yes and thumbs ups. Great. Okay. So now think of something in your life where you have opposite. Like I'll give you some example. It could be like you are in a decision, like you are not sure, shall I decide this or that? You're not sure. Yes or no. That can be one. Or you know a part in yourself, because you're a meditator by now, you know a part in yourself that you're not able to accept. Like there are darker parts in us sometimes, like, oh, how can I be such an angry person? No, I am a meditator, I'm a peaceful person, but why is that angry part in there? So that's also like a polarity. So think of a polarity in your life that you want to work on today. In this very short, you will know how to integrate shadows when I'll be doing this process with you. Okay. So if you have that, I need to see some thumbs ups so that we can start the process. Or it could be like a failure and a success. That, okay, I'm failing at few things, but yes, I'm also successful at few things, but I don't want this failure. I want to push this failure out of me. I don't want that. So is it clear, everyone? Yes. Yeah, I see one thumbs up. What about the rest?
There were many actually. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. Great. So everybody has a polarity. Now, what I want you to do is sit relaxed, sit comfortable, and put your hands on both your feet. So we are just putting the hands on, resting on both your knees. And now put one polarity in one hand. For example, I take the example of failure and success. So failure in one hand, success in the other hand. Okay. So you can close your eyes. First, let us relax a little bit before we go into this. So take 1-2 deep breaths, like cleansing breaths. Just few cleansing breaths. Breath helps us to anchor into the moment. And tell your mind to leave you for some time. Come to the present moment, here and now. And be here in this moment and release everything right now for just 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Just tell the world to rest, relax, and you can also relax. And tell your mind to leave you at this moment. Let all the thoughts go away. Just putting the intention, you can clear your mind and be in that zero state, in that meditative zero state. Be with the breath. Right. So it's important for us to become empty before we go into any such internal process. Just the command, I want to be empty right now. I'm in a zero state. And be with the breath. Follow the breath. We'll follow the breath for 1 minute. Be with the breath. Yes, and center yourself. Be in the present moment, here and now. Your body is relaxed, your mind is relaxed. And take it as a fun exercise. Be a little non-serious about it also. Just, just like an experiment, you are doing this. Now, look at one of the hand that you're carrying, one opposite there. Like, for example, look at success, or maybe look at that failure, one end of this polarity. And I'd like you to invite that feeling of being success or failure, whatever you choose from one hand. Invite that feeling like a friend, not to reject it. And talk to it. Just speak to it like a friend. What does it needs? What that success part of you or the failure part of you needs from you? What is it saying? Have a chat, like how you chat with a friend. Have chat with that part of yourself. Now, gently shift your attention to the other hand, the other polarity you're carrying. For example, if you have worked on success, you're now going to the failure. And now invite that feeling completely. Like a friend, say hi to that friend, invite that feeling and have a chat to that feeling. Just like a friend, see what it needs from you. Now, as you are now friends with this both part, I'd like you to imagine the both hands where you're carrying both the opposites. They're getting connected through an infinity sign. Imagine there is a wave that is crossing between the two hands like an infinity sign. Feel the energy circulating between the two hands. Imagine an infinite sign and the energy traveling. And put your attention now into the in-between point of that infinite symbol. Put your attention in the middle. Okay, my friends, now whenever you feel you are ready, you can rub your hands and put them on your eyes, and you can open your eyes. Wonderful. So shadows are the places where your repressed spiritual powers are. Spiritually also, when we want to grow, sometimes we feel that even after meditating, doing this work, that work, I'm feeling like a roof. I can't go beyond that. Probably this is the time that you need to look at your shadows, that repressed part. And if I want to now go further deeper in this subject, just more deeper, actually what we need to realize is that we are not our stories, friends. Actually, we are not a failure, neither we are a success. Our who we are comes before our story. Who we are is watching our story. Who we are is watching our shadow. So to get to that point is why we meditate. To get to understand, like, I love the book by Jeff Foster. It's called Deep Acceptance. And there, Jeff talks about we are like the ocean. We are not the waves of the ocean. There are so many kinds of waves happening inside us. But the realization that we get with true meditation is we are not the waves. We are not this wave. We are not that wave. that we are the ocean itself. And in that realization, there is nothing acceptance. So Jeff says there's nothing to accept. It's already allowed. This feeling is allowed, that feeling is allowed, that experience is there, that experience is there. Everything is already allowed in this ocean. So what is it there to accept? Right? And this is what shadow integration is. What is shadow integration? Is to realize we are not our shadows. Even we are not our strengths. We are not our weaknesses also. Yes, I can feel successful. Success can be an experience. Yes. Yeah, I do resonate with failure. I have been a failure. So it doesn't makes me a failure if I feel like a failure. That's the difference. It doesn't makes me a success if I allow myself to feel like a success. That identification is lost when we do shadow integration work, right? And it helps us to move beyond our stories. We have to move beyond our stories to look at our real self. And this is where I feel shadow integration work is important. Okay, friends. So with this, I think I've spoken a lot. I can keep going with this subject. It's a beautiful topic to talk. I just want to say that we are having this meditation practice. It's called the Osho Dynamic Meditation for 21 days. And it's just the second day today. If any of you is interested, it's a free practice. We practice from 8 to 9, the Indian Standard Time. If you're interested, you can just ping me, or Raviji is here. He can get you connected to me. I can share the Osho Dynamic Meditation link with him. He already has it. In my Facebook, you will find it. So you're most welcome to join this, because we want to, it's AM, Kinariji, it's AM, but I'm not sure which time zone you would be in.
It will be very early for UK people. It will be maybe 3:30 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, it will, okay. Otherwise, I do have a portal where I am also providing the recordings, because there are people across the world who are participating. So I need to have a backup. In that case, you can create a account, and you will get the recordings. You can do it according to your time. But the only thing is, you need to be dedicated to 21 days of challenge. You need to finish that challenge. So if you think you want to do that, because sometimes it's we talk about shadow and the darker part, but then the body is so heavy, I can't do this, it's not for me, because we are carrying a lot of suppressed healing inside us. So we need a technique sometimes, and then we can drop the technique later. But sometimes the technique can help. And Osho Dynamic Meditation, I think, is like a profound, very, very strong way to release these blocked part of ourselves. So you are welcome to connect to me, and welcome to this program. Now I am open to any questions or any sharing that you might want to do. You're most welcome to do that. Yeah.
Yes. Someone was here unmuted. You want to talk, Indraji? Are you there? You talk. Okay. Yeah, Indraji. So you wanted to speak. You unmuted yourself. Yeah, that's okay. So anyone, friends, use this opportunity. Ask the questions, or anything you did not understand and you want to have, more information. You want to understand a little better. Feel free. And Adyaji is very, friendly, and he's here, and he's he's doing a lot of other works. As I said, he's doing phenomenal work in the relationships and intimacy area, where certain things I think he's, as a therapist, they know, and they keep all the information very confidential, and you can have one-on-one as well. But yeah, now if anybody, I know this is like, you may be having the kind of thinking about asking the questions and raising in the forum, may not be comfortable, but yeah, you can, as can you please share the link? I was trying to log into my Facebook, I could not.
Yes,
can you-
I'm just searching the link. I will post it in a while. I think I got it. Yes. So I'm just sharing this link. It's a form that you need to fill. And after you fill this form, let me check everyone in the meeting. Yeah. Can you see that?
Yes.
Raviji, I think now, yeah, it's posted.
Yeah. Yes.
So you can fill this form, and I will guide you through what you need to do. I will add you to the group, and you can go through the recording and dedicate yourself for 21 days to work on shadows. Yeah.
Terry Thomas, do you want to unmute yourself? And
yeah. Hi, Terry.
Hi, Aditya. Okay, Aditya, I had one question. What's the difference between a shadow and a two-face? This is character, like in Batman and all.
Yeah.
So it's actually two-face based on someone's perception, right? So is there a difference between a shadow and a two-face?
A shadow and a true face.
Two-face. Number 2.
Okay, two-faced.
Right.
Like this person is a nice person at some time, but again is a very maybe the person changes the personality.
Yeah. Yes. So
Right.
is there any difference? Is it same, or is there a difference in that?
Yeah. So that means we are not able to accept the two-face inside us.
Okay.
Right, and that's the reason we don't understand the other person, because the other person, I think, is being authentic.
Right.
Showing the two-face. But somewhere, I am not okay showing the two-face. So I don't take that. I don't accept that. Yeah. So thank you. Thank you, Terry.
Thank you. Srimani, do you want to unmute yourself?
Morning, Aditya, sir. That beautiful session, and actually a topic which is so new. It's something, we do look at our shadows, but we never intercept what it means, or there's such a profound meaning behind it. So thank you for bringing this in front of us. Thank you, sir. My question is, so, in relationships, obviously, you have both the sides. Sometimes you get along, sometimes you don't. But so are you saying that the don't parts are your shadow and you just have to accept it? I mean, am I intercepting that right, or?
Yes. So when we are saying we don't accept that part, like I don't accept that. For example, my partner, is not giving much time to me, or I don't accept that. Right. So that means that's a projection. So I need to pull that projection into me. And see, okay, why am I facing this? Is there something that I don't give time, or, let me question myself. And I dive deeper and I found, oh, this is something I have been suppressing, probably, I am getting too much, stressed giving time to everyone. Maybe a part of me, I want to stop giving time to people because I need my own time. I'm not doing that. So I have not embraced my boundaries. I have not given, that to myself. And when I realize that, when I recognize that, and I say, okay, I'm now going to build my boundary and I'm going to have time for myself. Then when I start practicing that, I say, yes, this is important. What I find is the shadow in my friend or my partner, which I didn't like, suddenly I start feeling at ease with this person, and I say, it's okay.
Got it. Wow. Okay. So it's that introspection first. You need to do what it is.
Yeah, what it is inside you. That is integration. Just one exercise that I have done today is just like an example how to integrate, because we need some techniques, right? I was talking about Osho dynamic meditation. Sometimes what is it? It's so much of anger, and that we are sitting on a volcano. We need to release that. How to do that? So Osho has given a technique: breathe it out, cry it out, shout it out, and then go into that silence, and then go into that celebration. After you come out of all these stages, suddenly you find, oh, my shadow is gone. Like, all right, it's fine, take your time. People, take your time. Okay, you are an angry person, I understand. Yeah. Maybe this a person who said, I don't have time for activism. Oh, he's actually respecting his boundaries. He has other things to do. I understand.
Got it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Rijuji, do you want to?
Hello, sir.
Hello,
Hello,
Rijiji.
Aditya ji. Hello.
Okay.
It's a wonderful topic, Aditya ji. My question is similar like Srimani regarding relationship. I just wanted to know, once you work on your shadow integration, does it related to law of attraction? Does it help? Because yes, we are both of us, husband and wife. We work on ourselves, and we are on a very similar, at, I would say, the balance equilibrium on the point. Yes, we can throw at each other, we can take on each other. But as our, we are on this stage where our children are going into relationship. Okay. Yes, they have seen the very secure boundaries, how you tolerate each other, how you balance. But what about the other people? Yes, they have seen that environment where it is secure. So how does they are going to attract other people? And because I am very worried about, because wherever I seen, it's a broken relationship. So I am attracting my fears in the society, creating in my house. Where do I need to draw a line? How do I need to work on as a parent? Because I am really worried, mother, regarding this. Yes, in meditation I learn, leave it everything. But Aditya ji, it is very difficult to leave everything. We need to work ourselves. So I wanted to know, what do I need? What do my children need? So they also go and go into the sustained relationship.
Yes, beautiful. Thank you for this question, Rijiji. And absolutely, law of attraction would only work when we own our shadow. I was doing one video and I shared one of my experience when I started doing the law of attraction. Whatever was close to me, I started losing them. I was thinking, what is happening in my life? I am doing law of attraction. I actually lost I used to love non-vegetarian food. So I had a distaste. I didn't like non-vegetarian. Oh, so many of my relationships stopped dropping. Many of my work, like I used to be in an IT field, I had to leave my job. It didn't suit me. What was happening is, when you start doing the law of attraction, it starts, you need to shed things that no more resonates with you, so that you make the room empty to attract what is resonating with you in your experience. So in the meantime, I was thinking that universe is acting against me. It's not universe is acting against me. Universe is saying, you have to leave those vibration that doesn't vibrate with you. Simple, right? So as you were saying, like as a mother, and as like a couple, you are practicing spirituality, and you are following the law of attraction. That's what you are giving to your children. That's what you're giving to your children. And shadow work is, yes, I'm not okay. It's in terms of how you are going to take this over with your children, is you can tell your children it's okay to do mistakes. It's okay to allow them to do mistakes. Yeah, they need to go into their shadow. Sometimes just saying, don't do this, and children will do that only. You know that. Yeah.
Yes.
So as a mother, with the meditation practice, with your spiritual sadhana, you are coming to that stage where you know that mistakes are okay. Once the child put the hand on the fire and it burns, they will never do it again. But they need to learn their experience. The mother cannot live the child's experience. So once the mother is so unconditional and so compassionate that she says, yes, beta, go and do mistakes. It's not like that, but I know, it's not easy to do that. And that's the reason you're doing the work for yourself. But once you do that, this child will start owning the shadow. And that will actually make the child more stronger from within. But yes, as a mother, you can draw some boundaries. It's important to give some boundaries to the child. So it's a little like nobody can tell you how a parenting is. Every parent know how difficult it is, but it's a dance between giving them some freedom and giving them some nurturing boundaries, that this is allowed and this is not allowed. I can't allow that. No, this is not allowed. But I think you understood.
Right.
So
Yes,
this
sir.
is the dance between the two. This is the polarity work. So not to be like, oh, if you do that and this will happen. That kind of parenting is sometimes not bringing the child to the right place. Yeah.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Mamta ji is there. Please, Mamta ji.
You want to talk, Balraj sir? You want to talk?
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for your wisdom. I'm very delighted today, actually, because for the first time, I'm hearing something which I was always wanting to hear this, especially on spiritual backgrounds, because, nobody has come forward and expressed the darker side of characters of humans, and you kind of, expressed it so beautifully. I personally feel that every person, every human being, whether you are a spiritual master or whoever, there's always a devil and there's always a divine soul within yourself. The two parts of the coins, which we all of us are, whether it's a divine master or whether it is a normal human being. Every one of us have to go through this journey of the dark and the bright.
Exactly.
It's how you overcome the dark is what really matters. And, I'm so happy and thankful to Ravi for bringing such wonderful people, because, this is actually enlightening. This is the true enlightenment. This is what I personally feel is so important for all of us as meditators to realize the fact that, yes, we as meditators can also act as devils. We as meditators can also be, doing things which probably my conscience may not allow me to do it, but sometimes, yes, it's okay to do it.
It's okay. It's
okay to do it. Yes.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Vivekananda, I think best example, has said, sometimes we have to raise the stick,
Yes.
and even Jesus has whipped people. When required, we have to get into that devil to protect ourselves, to protect our family, to protect our community. We have to do that sometimes. Yes. Thank you.
And sometimes I really, I see that a lot of people, especially people in the spirituality, they keep passing judgments about people who are, who are not probably on their path. And I think it is not right for me as an individual, because all of us, I always say this, that all of us who are, on this big drama of life, we are playing a character, and we all need to respect the other character on the other side of the stage. And every one of us is actually doing their bit. So who am I to comment on somebody else's life? Whether it's a terrorist, whether it's a rapist, what emotions the terrorist is going through, I absolutely salute him for that emotion that he's going through, So I really, feel that all of us and meditators should actually understand this important aspect of life. And thank you very much for coming in and actually, explaining it to all of us so beautifully. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Wonderful.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yes, Mamta ji, do you want to unmute yourself and ask the question?
Namaste Aditya ji and namaste everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, Mamta ji.
Yes. I'm really, I raise my hand to thank you, sir. Thank you, Aditya, sir. From 2 days, from back 2 days, I am feeling that what's happening, the situations and the challenges, I was feeling that I was the answer. And some of my thinking, maybe something in the meditation, I came to know and I was feeling this is the back part, what I have to complete. That is going on, I used to feel, but I was not clear about it. When your wisdom, really, I'm thankful to you. The wisdom what you are given today, that is the rejection part. The rejection part, I am completing that one now. I am aware of myself. Now I am aware of myself that I am completing my rejection part. I'm so clear. I'm so clear. And what you tell now, no, I'm dancing. Yes, I'm dancing now. Yes, the situation, it's going in our, as a motherhood, we feel what that one of my friend, she was telling about the children. The same situation is going on with me. And now I'm just keeping it silence. For some situations, I'm letting my son and my daughter, let them do the mistakes. The same work what I'm doing, you shared that one. So I'm very happy to share and thank the whole team. And I thank Raviji also personally. He's giving us so much of wisdom from so many masters. I thank each and everyone, and I thank myself. See, I'm improving myself. That's a very good celebration.
Wonderful.
Yes. Thank you, everyone.
Wonderful, wonderful, Mamta ji. Thank you for your beautiful sharing.
Yes, thank you, Mamtaji, for a beautiful sharing. It definitely inspires everyone to do more work. So before I read other questions, I see in the questions in the comment. So there are videos, there are some wisdom sharings on Aditya Datta's YouTube channel. You can just type Aditya Datta, ADITYADUTTA. Okay, so you will see his picture on the YouTube channel. You can go through it. And also all these wisdom sharings, everything, whatever we are doing every Sunday, they are available on PMC UK channel. So there also you can subscribe and you can watch all this. And there are so many, wisdom sharings on different YouTube channels. Yeah, let us follow all our masters like Aditya sir, like Newton sir, and our Patriji wisdoms are there on PMC English, PMC Valley. So there are so many you can follow. Okay, so yeah, please subscribe to all these channels wherever it is possible. It is for our own benefit. Yeah, and there is one question from Kinnari ji. Can we say accept everyone and everything as it is or as they are, including ourselves?
Okay, wonderful question, Kinnari ji. My answer is no, we can't accept. Initially, we can't accept. If we start from acceptance, it would be very difficult. Acceptance is the last stage. Forgiveness, acceptance is the last stage. So that is the reason sometimes we need some methodology, some techniques to accept, to get into acceptance. As I was sharing, when you go through the Osho dynamic meditation, for example, it's an amazing technique where you go through these different phases where you release this anger and pain, and you are breathing chaotically, and then you reach to the silent zone and then to the celebration. And after you go through this meditation, your acceptance, so it's just not telling you, oh, accept it. Now then you will question me, how do I accept? Because mind is very tricky, right? Then people ask me, who is acceptance? Who is accepting? So there can be so many questions. So that is the reason it's not just to talk about acceptance, but to do it. Like there are techniques that can make you into that acceptance. There are techniques that you really feel that, okay, it's not that, oh, I'm doing a japam, that I accept my husband, I accept my husband, I accept my child, I accept my child. What will happen just doing this mantra japam? Nothing will happen. You need to have an experience of acceptance. So, and what I'm saying is, to reach there, there are beautiful techniques, and do that technique, make use of this wonderful technique. Like today, I did this very simple thing. If you can do that, this even simple technique is amazing. If you can do it often, you will see slowly you are reaching into a state of deep acceptance somewhere in between. Thank you.
Nice. This is something definitely important for everyone. For me as well. Thank you, Aditya. Such a wonderful explanation. What to do with regrets? Again, by Terry Thomas.
What to do with regrets? Yeah. So that is, you need to throw away regrets. You need a technique to throw away those regrets. And again, look for techniques. There are so many, masters who can help you to, and if nothing, Osho Dynamic Meditation will help you to throw out regrets. I'm talking about it because I'm going through it myself, and there is a big team. We all are going through it. That's the reason I'm taking this example. So regrets, just ask, how is regret helping you in your life? If something is not helping you, it's a poison. Throw it. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Indra, madam. Yeah, you want to unmute yourself. So you have time, Aditya?
Yeah. Another maybe 5 minutes we can carry. Yeah.
Yes.
Good morning, and thank you very much, Aditya ji, and thank you very much, Ravi, as well, doing these sessions. I joined a bit late, but my question is regarding acceptance and this short meditation you have done. Right, we have experienced success part and failure part, and merging it. So what are we actually doing? Is it we are just identifying what is the success part and the failure part, and we still carry both of them, isn't it? Like, for example, you so said yourself that you have left non-veg or left IT job. So you left, is it not like we are just leaving the things which we really like? You probably you don't enjoy non-veg, but you still feel like the company of those friends. Similar situation for me as well. I'm saying, like some people, we have to in life, we have to talk to them because it's a relation, and we have to carry on. But they do have these trigger points where they keep on pressing it. We know, and because okay, it's okay because I have to accept, because I'm in the meditation path. I keep telling myself, and you're very right that that is not actually, I'm not accepting, because it's always giving me those emotions. Again, I have to deal with. Again, I have to sit with meditation, but that feeling is still with me. So how it's I don't know. I don't know whether you got my question, but how do I deal with it? Even in this meditation, I just merged it. I didn't felt what I have gained, because I haven't left my success or I haven't left my failure. I still have those things in me. Thank you very much.
Yes. Yeah. So Indraji, something's very important that you asked. Thank you for this question. What we are doing is visually we are merging acceptance and failure. Visually, intellectually, we are still in the mind level, and that is my point. Mind, our intellect, will not help us come out of it. We are not allowing our body to feel it. As you said, I'm not feeling the merging. I just said it's merged, but did I feel? No. Why did I made you do the exercise? For you to understand that the merging is needed somewhere, but not in the intellectual level, not in the visual level, but in the feelings level. But now the problem is, when I am allowing that feeling, it is so nasty. It is my body won't take it. I am not okay with that. What to do? That is where the techniques come, Indiraji. If you are not able to do that, you need to find a technique that will help you to do that, right? So there are, that's the reason there are amazing masters and therapists. They are devising techniques. They are teaching us techniques. They are giving us. Go into that technique. It's a very intellectual question that you are asking, and there is no answer to it. We can keep arguing on that for maybe whole day. There is no answer to it. Why? Because it's not in your feeling. The more we discuss on it, it will never come into your feeling unless your body accepts it, your feelings accepts it. Your feeling is not accepting it. So you need a technique, you need a method. So do a method. Like I was saying, this meditation technique that we are practicing, or take help. Take this is another shadow of ourselves. Taking help for what we are sitting, what is bothering us. We don't consider that we need to release this. This is like a block. We consider big diseases like, okay, I have diabetes, I have to go to a doctor. I have a toothache, I have to go to a doctor. But this problem, it's not a problem. Everybody is having this problem. Why do I care? But this is something that we are suffering so much from within. We don't think that we need to release this. This is important. The subtle things are more important. Yeah. So you can also take the help of a therapist or a trained practitioner who can help you to come out from this mental dilemma and take you into your feeling where you can really accept. So acceptance again is not intellectual. And as Jeff Foster said, what is there to accept when you know that you are the one who are allowing it? So in a way, Indiraji, what you have said, the two opposite is you are the one who are allowing this two opposite. You need to realize that. For that realization, sometimes some people just sit and meditate and they get the benefit, like we do Anapanasati meditation hour. Some people, they need some extra help. Sometimes this, we need a little bit more technique, and you can use that. Thank you.
Thank
Indiraji.
you. Thank you very much, Aditya ji.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. I think it's a wonderful session. To be honest, it really helped me, Aditya ji. So it really helped me to see my shadows and work on my shadows. Very brilliant. And as you see, there's so many masters been, grateful, thankful to you for this wonderful knowledge, sharing wisdom. So yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you for joining. And it is like a community work. So for our own, good community, to build a good community, we are like working together. So as Aditya ji mentioned, you can go through those links, and also you can follow his Facebook page and YouTube channel, and also you can follow our PMC UK channels and other PMC channels. And thank you so much once again, Aditya ji. We really want you to come again to this platform and take more sessions. And also, as some people may reach out to you via Facebook or other means, just to have maybe any therapeutic work. So thank you once again for your time. We are so grateful. Personally, it really helped me today. Yeah, personally, it helped me, and I understood what are my shadows and where I am projecting them. How I'm projecting them. So thank you so much. Thank you once again. So yeah, with this, we can close the session for today. Yes. Anything to say, Aditya ji, before we close?
Thank you, Ravi ji, for creating this platform. You're doing an amazing work. I am very delighted to be here to share this. And of course, as I am doing the work, I need like-minded people to understand this also. And I'm very happy that people resonated. I could deliver what I came with, and also to find people who resonate with this is also like an amazing thing for me. It like reciprocates, and it feels better that yes, I'm able to deliver what I came here. So thank you for having me here, and I would love to come back again, and I'd love to connect with all of you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. And it's not just me, and we have a team here. So PSSMOL, PSM UK, and PMF we call Pyramid Meditation Foundation.
Wonderful.
Like, every one of us are like trying our best, whatever we can give, because
Wonderful.
we need as well in in this process. We also learn. So
Wonderful.
that's so. Thank you. And there's so many messages. I think you can see. Yeah. Thank you.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a wonderful, wonderful time ahead. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Bye. Have a wonderful day. Signing off.